Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. Had I had up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
Wagwan people, Lou Manny here, back again with another episode of the Barrow AFC Career Mode. We are on season 5 now. We had an interesting season last season, very up and down, I would say. We did end up securing Europa League football, however, so we do have a European competition this season, which is somewhat unexpected. I thought probably the first European football we would ever play would be the Champions League in maybe a season or two. But yeah, first season we secure Europa League, so we're going to be getting to play Europa League this season. Something that actually I want to show you guys that I was looking at off camera. Obviously there's European Championships going on. We've got a couple of players called up. I actually went into the player stats and you can see, sorry, team stats, and you can actually fully see the performances of our players. So Junior Adamu did start 3 games for Austria. Unfortunately, he has 99 finishing now. I had no idea he had 99 finishing. 5-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves. I've not looked at any of this actually, so this is quite interesting to see in this way. But yeah, he did start 3 games. Unfortunately, I'll show you the tables in a minute. Austria didn't do very well. They finished bottom of their group. He did score a goal, however, and averaged just 6.5, which isn't terrible. It's not top performance, but it isn't terrible. Then here we can see Austin Gale also started every game for England. No goals or assists, but does get clean sheet, 6.6, so decent performance. Ben White was getting a 7.3 average in his 3 games, and Ted Mengi a 7.1 average. So the English lads not doing too bad out there, to be honest, performing fairly well. Ah, it's nice to see. He's gone up to a 91. I think you just get incredible boosts after you sell players on, don't they? They just go mad. Yeah, he got called up to Spanish national team, played 2 games, got 1 assist and a 6.9 average. That's pretty awesome for him, to be fair. I'm sad but proud, I would say. I'm proud to see him get called up finally. As you can see here, sort of a little bit of a cheat because obviously nothing's been drawn yet. We can see some of the teams that we will be playing against next season, potentially. Anyway, so yeah, that was the roundup of the Cup. You can see the squad there. We have some massive improvements that we need to make in the team still. But first, let's hop over here and look at what the board want from us. So, in terms of youth development, they want us to sign 4 players in all 4 positions again, same as we had last season. They also want within 2 seasons to have at least 2 players from the youth squad signed in the first season, play at least 30% of the games in the next season. So, not possible now, but anyone we sign this season, potentially the season after, could play some of the games. They want us to sign 3 players from North America, and that's a high priority. I'm not sure that's going to be getting done, but it's definitely interesting. We still have this one to make 2.7 million from youth player sales within 2 seasons. Domestic success, they want us to finish in the Europa League spot, and they want us to reach the quarter-final of the FA Cup, obviously my bogey cup. They also want us to win the Europa League, which is quite demanding, but funnily enough matches up with one of my own objectives. My objectives are win the Europa League / qualify for the Champions League, whether that's winning the Europa League or finishing top 4. I'll take either. but I still want to win the Europa League. I also want to sign a top goalkeeper. That's where I'm going to spend most of the chunk of my money on this season, is getting a top goalkeeper in this club. I want to have, and I put this in the capital letters, a successful run in one of the domestic cups, because we keep failing at the same hurdles. For the past 3 seasons we failed at the same hurdles, and it's getting a bit tiresome, I would say. So we need to sort that out. I also want to sign a new strike partner for Junior Adamu, and I've put / or if sign a new partnership if Junior Adamu decides to leave or we decide to sell him. I want to add another top level centre back as well, just to completely transform that defence. Obviously we've got Ted Mengi and Ben White in there, which are top level players. Cabango is growing, but at the minute is not at that top level, so I want to bring someone in that he can then deputise for the back line realistically. I want to improve our scouts, which, as I will show you, I've already done that off camera. And I also want to find and make some top African talent, and I've put in brackets the likes of Eto'o, Drogba, Okocha and Essien. I've always had a soft spot on FIFA for top African players. I always keep a lookout for African players. I'm not African myself, I am Caribbean, so that's probably a little bit wrong, but I've always had a soft spot for African players. I like to keep an eye on African players, the likes of Ndidi, Dennis, Diatta. Like, I love keeping an eye out for those sort of players. Riyad Mahrez, so players like that, I love to keep an eye out for them. So I'd like to try and make some at our club. Obviously we've got a lot of young African players currently, but they still need time to grow as of yet before they can start contending for any spots. We do have one, I'd say, good African player. I don't know if he's top yet, in Cheikhsuma Horo. We've got Shehu, who's now gone out on loan. Lai Giles. Oh, sorry, I'm just sort of going off on one here. I'm just checking through to see, because obviously we've got some players out on loan, we've got some players loan listed, we've got some players still going out. So we've got a lot to still take a look at in the team. But anyway, let's go past this Dortmund game. Many of our big lads are currently out on international duty still. We do lose 1-0, unfortunately, but any money that we pick up from this, we have got 146 million to play with at the minute, so we're not desperate for cash, but any cash that we do pick up would obviously be useful. I'm waiting for some scout reports to come back. Obviously, like I told you, I'll just take you. I've now got these 5-star scouts. We've still got Jackson Andrew, because he's been very useful as my best scout from basically the beginning of the series. So we're just going to hold on to him. But as for that, stunning displays from Gale, apparently. Scout reports back and etc. Your next opponent doesn't have enough players to play the match. This means they are forfeiting and you'll be awarded a 3-0 win. Well, alright then. I'll definitely take a 3-0 win. That's incredible. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. I don't know why I've gone into negotiations with this, because they're probably going to walk out now. But I don't know why that's a thing that also happens. I wasn't paying attention because I was distracted by the 3-0 win that we just got awarded. Contemplating going in for him because he could play right back, but obviously we need to keep our priorities straight. So we do still have Ainsley Maitland-Niles as a player that I was looking at potentially bringing in. Twanzebe still on our list. I am scouting LaCroix. We have Tanganga as well, which was a player that I was contemplating at the end of last season. I'm not sure yet though whether I will commit to that. Florentino is another player that I'm still very interested in. Obviously we still have all of these. Rabi Matundo, I still have a feeling that I want to sign Rabi Matundo, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm definitely committing to the goalkeeper first before I commit to any other signings. Goalkeeper has to 110% be first. So we'll hold off on making any other signings until then. got a transfer offer of 97 million for Teden Mengi. I'm going to reject that. Teden Mengi, for me, is one of my untouchables. There's very few players in my club that I wouldn't actually contemplate, but Teden Mengi is one of those that I wouldn't contemplate. Right, make sure we delegate this one this time so we don't just get an instant walkout as we have been doing recently. Get this one over and done with. Quick sim this. 2-2 draw. Vieira and the Sai Samuel scoring, which isn't too bad. I don't know if that sees us through, if that sees us out. It does see us through to play into Miami in the next round, so we get a nice little bit, 2 million added to the budget there. Let's see what else they've come up with. I don't think either of those are going to be at the level that I'm particularly looking for. Potential for Alio to be going out. Another transfer offer for Teden Mengi. Who are they offering me in exchange? 24 rated, 77 rated. 24 rated, 24-year-old, 77 rated centre back. Like I said, Teden Mengi is a player that I'm not looking to sell unless I get an absolutely obscene offer for him. A bit like what I did with Elliot. I don't want to sell him, but if a big offer comes in, then I would definitely contemplate it. We get a 3-1 win over Inter Miami. Somehow Aiden Allen actually gets himself sent off after scoring our first goal. I think it is going to be Borussia Dortmund that we meet in the finals. But Aiden Allen is not going to be able to play in that one because he's picked himself up a 2-match ban. And England have actually won the Euros, so the boys are coming back. Austin Gale now has a world title and a Euros title. Let's see what they did to get there. They beat Belgium 4-3 in the quarters, Denmark 4-1, and then beat Italy on penalties 5-4. Can you still check the stats? Austin Gale did end up getting himself a goal after all with a 6.5 average. There's Lance Harris. He did play 2 games. Unsurprisingly, didn't have a clean sheet in either of those games. Teden Mengi got himself a goal as well. Ben White didn't get a goal but kept his average about the same. So English lads performing over in the Euros. Very impressive, lads. Leave the rest for now so we don't get distracted with our money. Got an offer from Brighton for Connor Chaplin. That is a player that I would be willing to let go. I wonder. No, do you know what? Let's not do that. Let's just try and get money for Connor Chaplin. I'm going to ask for 26.5. 22. I'll come down to 24. 23. Yeah, you know what? 23 sounds good to me. Connor Chaplin may be on his way to Brighton. I think Brighton did stay up last season. So we lose 4-2. I believe they were actually playing their strongest team. Ben Williams also got sent off. Gibbons did actually open up the scoring. Then Maguire and Bellingham. Brandon made it 3-1. We made it 3-2 with the Sai Samuel in the 59th, but they wrapped it up with a Dahoud goal. We made it to the final. That's alright. We still get a decent chunk of money. Haley has gone out on loan. Ben Williams is suspended. I don't think those suspensions carry over though. Quite amazing that we managed to get 2 players sent off though, to be honest. Continue going forward. We've actually got a transfer offer for a Sai Samuel. Chaplin has been sold as well. Let's take a look at the keepers that we've got here. Gregor Kubel, his got fat, actually looks very good. I was going to say 82, but he is, I think at 26 he's still got room to grow. Sina Traore is interesting at 81. 81 at 23 years old. James Justin, not quite where I wanted him, so I'll leave him off the list for now. This is an interesting one. West Ham want to take a Sai Samuel. I wonder if West Ham have any players that we could potentially take back. I don't really want to sell Asai Samuel. Obviously it gives us money to do something else, but do you know what? I don't particularly want to sell him, so I'm going to ask for 25 and remove the sell on. No, they've walked out. That's fine. I don't know. There's something that I don't really want to let him go. I just feel like I'd prefer to have him in the team. He's probably not going to be starting alongside Junior Adamu, but having just let what's his face go? You know the man I mean. Connor Chaplin, that's the one. I don't know what happened to my brain there. Just having let Connor Chaplin go, I don't really want to let another goalkeeper go. Renato Sanchez moving to Aston. You know what? Don't worry about him. Interesting. He's 77 rated. That could definitely be interesting. And a loan offer for DePaul. Do that. Another transfer offer for Asai Samuel here. Asai Samuel obviously catching the attention of a lot of teams. Really swap for a top player. I would like Kumbula. Let's try this. This is probably... I wish I could then offer them money. Because, like, obviously Kumbula's valuation is a lot higher. What I wanted to do was then offer them money on top of Asai Samuel. And offer Asai Samuel to them. As well as money. Be like that. Now they're saying they don't want Asai Samuel. Well, that was just a test anyway to see if that would work. It doesn't work anyway. So last scout report. Another transfer offer for Ted Mengi. I wonder if Aston... He is my untouchable. Ah, they just got rid of Renato Sanchez, didn't they? Renato Sanchez would have been really, really nice. Swap an 84 for an 84. Probably not worth. We'll just offer them something ridiculous because I should have just rejected. But if it's a big team and I know I can get someone back, like Demiro was tempting. However, there wasn't really much point because I don't really want to swap an 84 rated 22-year-old for an 84 rated 26-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had seen a loan offer. Like we say, we always want to loan the youth lads out if we can. We don't really want to sell some of them yet, but time to pick a why do I keep saying striker? A goalkeeper out of the three that we have. I'm just going to do one more sweep just to make sure that they haven't given me anyone absolutely incredible on here, like Alban Lafont, for instance. Lafont is an interesting player for me. So I used to be a huge Lafont fan in, I can't remember what FIFA it was. I think it's when he got Future Stars. I think Alban Lafont is actually... Oh, Josh Madger has just moved. So we'll remove Josh Madger because he's not actually available. I think Lafont has to be the player that I go for here. But anyway, yeah, I was a huge fan of Lafont. He got a special card that I was so excited to use. And it ended up being terrible. And it absolutely broke my heart. And I haven't really touched him since. Until now. And now we're going to go in for Alban Lafont. Because he, 25-year-old at 84 rated, looks like he could be a real promising one for us. 48 it is for Alban Lafont. Going to contract negotiations for the young man. He wants a crucial role, which I'm more than happy with. I'd like 5 years from you if you'll commit to it. He'll probably ask for 4, I'd imagine. Oh no, he actually is happy with 5. Alright, cool. No release clause, because I'm not interested in that. Currently on 29, so I'm going to offer him 35 with a 500k signing bonus and see what they say to that. They want 43 with a sign-on bonus. I'll ask you to bring that down to 37.5. You've gone up. These agents aren't particularly good at negotiating, are they? Cool. Alban Lafont will be our new starting goalkeeper. Hugo Lloris will drop down to the bench, and then Alban Lafont will join our team as the starting goalkeeper. The old squad hub, so that we can have him stood up nicely there. As you can see, decent reactions as well, which is always important. 82 diving, 83 handling, 89 kicking, 78 position, 88 reflexes. He has the rushes at goal trait. Very nice. We have finally secured our goalkeeper that we were looking for. I think Todibo. Let's remove these goalkeepers. Axel Tuanzebe can go, same with Nathan Collins. Gabriel is an interesting one, however his lack of pace is the thing that I don't like about him. Todibo, he's got the very strange pace. 70 acceleration but 90 sprint speed. Eric Garcia, I do like the look of. Again, he's got the same thing. I think I'm going to go in for Todibo. Yeah, I'm going to go in for Todibo and see what we can get him for. 40 straight up. I want 47.5. Can we agree at 42? With the 10%? 44.8. 43. What are we saying? 43 seems a good deal. There we go. 43. We're going to now go into negotiations with Todibo. I'll give him a big sign-on bonus. Let's see what they say to that. Oh, okay. They're perfectly happy with that. Did I just overpay? He took a pay cut though, right? Yeah, he did. Oh, I hope that doesn't upset my team too much. Let's see. Oh no, Junior Firpo's on 85. Yeah, to be fair, we've already got high contracts. No, that's fine. I couldn't remember what our highest contract was. That was what the panic there was about. So Mackenzie's going to drop down here. We'll bring Beaton up. Or Todibo up to the bench and Cabango down to the bench. So now we've sorted out our top defender. We got our top goalkeeper, hopefully, and top defender anyway. Sumaharu's actually gone up. I want to now go and look for a top strike partner alongside Junior Adamu. Part of me is always tempted to bring Idris Kanu back, however I think probably not this time. I am interested in Lassina Traore though. Also interested in Amad Diallo. I think we're going to say no to Nemecha. As much as I want Idris, I think it's going to have to be a no on him as well. I think we're going to look at a couple more targets just to make sure. Alright, we're going to look for a striker eventually. We're just going to do these few trainings. I am going to pause it this time though. One thing I did want to do actually is change the captaincy onto Ben White, because he's been quite the leader for us there. Adesina loan agreement here. We will accept that. Hopefully he goes out on loan. We've also got a transfer offer for Andy Rimmon-Hotter from Lazio. Let's negotiate with them and see what they have to. They want to give us 27. I wonder if they have anyone that would interest me. They do have Renier. Obviously, I can't go in for him immediately. They've changed Malinowski to centre forward as well. Didn't know that happen. 82. Not too much over what they offered. 31. I will accept 31. So Andy Rimmen-Hotter could be leaving us. I wouldn't be opposed to signing a new midfielder. So, you know, as you do, thing. I like the look of it. So Adesina is going to go out on loan. Vieira now trying to come in for Ted and Mengi. I'm glad everyone's happy, Tom. If Sevilla, like, if I'm going to let Ted and Mengi go, I want a player to come with the money, realistically. That's what I'm thinking, anyway. Jesus, their centre-backs are not great, are they? They've got a 30-year-old Eric Bailly and a 29-year-old Yerry Mina. They do have Brandon Williams, though. That is definitely an interesting one. Arthur Cabral as well. 75. You're not going to give me a player? I'm not going to negotiate with you. And that is the player that I wanted. So, no, Sevilla. No. We play Southampton. Didn't we play Southampton on the opening season last season? And also have Leicester, Arsenal and United. I could swear that's the same. Oh well, I need to actually do just a quick league overview because I haven't even checked to see who has come up or anything like that. So we can see Derby County have come up, Burnley came back up and Crystal Palace came back up. So those are the new arrivals to the league. Like I was saying, I don't think I'm going to play a game in this one. Just because we're going to have a lot going on anyway with transfers. We've still got 8 days on these lads. So we will wait for a little bit longer. If we do get the Southampton game, which we just have there. Andy Rimmen-Hotter's gone actually, so I've accidentally just cleared the wrong thing there. Andy Rimmen-Hotter's gone, so we're going to have to sign a new defensive midfielder as well. We've got an offer to take Mark McKenzie on a 1-year loan. I actually will accept that, because now with our new centre-back coming in Debo, I do have some players on the list though that I can use as ready-made replacements. Andy Rimmen-Hotter, and I think the one I'm going to go for is Florentino. Very attractive prospect for me. 40 million. They want 57.9. Can we bring that down to 48.5? We can bring it down to 48.5. Signing bonus. They're more than happy with that. So we have already brought in our replacement for... Sorry, Ronaldo Vieira. I know you probably thought you were going to get your chance to play there, but unfortunately, I bring in Florentino. Right, so unfortunately, because I was just about to save, we have been sent back in time. So now we've got a lot of work to do again. It's not too bad. We haven't lost anything too much. It's just Andy Rimmen-Hotter isn't being sold at the moment. We're not bringing in Florentino like we did previously before. You know, it's just one of those things that happens. One of those things that you can't really deal with. We do still have Lafont and Debo coming in, changing the position. Right, there's Andy Rimmen-Hotter being sold. So now we will go in for Florentino. Hopefully we can get him for the same price. If we have to pay a little bit more, then not 5 million, 500k signing. And they were happy with that, just like this time. Right, now let's go in here. Make sure we double save once again. Comes to DM. There we go. Hopefully this time it doesn't crash. There we go. So let's make sure we double save one more time, just to make sure everything is A-OK. There we go. Double save one more time. Everything is fine. Florentino is in this time, alongside Todibo and Lafont as our signing so far. Junior Adamu has now made it up to a 90 rated striker. The next thing I want to do, if we can fit it in before the Southampton game, I was going to wait for these. We've still got some we could probably just about afford. So we've got Patson Daka at Juve. Myron Boadu's only just joined Milan, so he won't be available this season. Eddie Nketiah, Ryan Bruce has just joined. Tammy Abraham, Doniel Marlin, Moise Keane, but he's currently in negotiations with Sassuolo. So Nico Gonzalez has just joined. Brilliant Bolo, who we had before. Rafael Leao and Lassina Traore. Obviously, Lassina Traore for me, because he's 23 at 81, is very tempting, but I don't know, maybe it's better to bring in someone along the caliber of like Rafael Leao, Doniel Marlin. Like, they're 25, they're probably in the primes right now. Daniel Marlin, they're on 80 to 115. You know what? Let's just go in for Daniel Marlin and see. We currently have 65. I wonder if there's anyone we could swap. No, they're on 100 now. Okay, we can't afford Daniel Marlin right now. Anyway, with only having 60 million left. So, I think the play here would be to go for Lassina Traore, and that is the play that I'm going to go for. Because he's not super expensive at the moment. We might be able to get him for just north of 30. So let's see what we can do here. I want 47. Right, 41.5 is what we arrived at. So very north of 30. What's an important squad role, which I'm happy with. They're happy with that. Right, so we do bring in a new strike partner. I'm going to leave all these lads on the list for now. Oh, we did also have Rashika, which I forgot to say. But like I say, we're going to leave all those lads on the list anyway. I'm ready, but most of the players that I was eyeing, the the really young ones had only just transferred, so they wouldn't have been available anyway. So Sai Samuel's going to be our rotational player full time. Lassina Traore is going to go up to the starting lineup, and we will sort out our reserves real quick here. I think I am going to give David Gibbon some time over Dior Angus. The only difference from the parallel universe is Mackenzie hasn't had a loan offer yet. Right, so we'll get in towards the Southampton game, and I'll probably wrap things up there. Alright, so yeah, we are going to leave that here because this has been a pretty long episode and we've done a lot in it. Kabanga wants to play. Probably won't be starting because obviously we've just got Debo in. So let's have a quick roundup. Got Lassina Traore joining the team as the new strike partner for Junior Adamu. Florentino replacing Andy Rimmon-Hotter. Todibo coming in to help the back line. I think we've got some unhappy players due to some of the new contracts that we've got coming into the team. However, that's part of life. So yeah, next episode we will start off with a game against Southampton. I might play all 4 of these and wrap up the transfer window because, to be honest, I don't think I'll have a lot more business left to do, to be honest. Besides from if we make some sales, I'm pretty happy to rock with this team going forward. If we make some sales, then I may obviously that might change some things, but we'll take a look. Actually, before I wrap this up, let's make sure we actually do put Florentino on to train as a central midfielder. Imagine it's probably going to take ages. 175 weeks. You wouldn't think it would take that much. It would be that much difference for a CDM to go to a central midfielder, but apparently it makes a whole lot of difference. We need to train this boy's acceleration because I don't know what happened to his acceleration, but it just apparently never existed. So we'll have him in on stopper training. And then we will go over to Lassina Traore. Just checking the young lads as I'm going down to if they got any instant boost. Ojimo did. God, his arms are so skinny. Seen a Traore here, and we'll take a look at his stats and see what it is that he needs buffing in. He's pretty all round. His passing, his long pass is pretty poor, and his vision's pretty poor. So I don't really think there's anything as a striker that trains that though, is there? So balance is probably actually the best thing for him. Alright, well, that's where we're going to be wrapping up this episode. Four episodes, what am I talking about? 4 games next episode, as well as transfer deadline day. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and peace.